Right, hello. Well, this is Red Wine, which we are sequencing at the moment, and we've got to the point now where you're supposed to be sequencing chords. I think some people are having some problems following my sheet. This video goes with the sheet and will tell you step by step how to get those chords in. So the video objectives here are understand how to read pitch and rhythm information from a score, and understand how to apply this into the piano roll of Logic Express 9. So here we go. On the sheet we have the first 2 bars of the chords of Red Wine, which actually repeats 3 times. When you're presented with a score for you to sequence, there are 3 things to translate. 1. What are the notes? What are the letters that you have to play? 2. When do you play those notes? And for how long do they last? What is the duration? And 3. Once you've got that, how do you translate that into the piano roll? These are chords, which means 3 or more notes played at the same time. So this is why the notes are stacked on top of each other, like that. So part 1, we need to work out the notes. What are these letters here? Well, how do I do that? Easy. What you need to do is use a system. You apply your knowledge of the stave. You can use this ordinary key to work out the notes, which is on your worksheet. Alternatively, you could use the old-fashioned, world-famous system in the Every Good Boy Deserves Football video, which is also on this YouTube channel, and you've seen it before, but you can see it again if you think it'll help. Or you could just teach yourself where the notes are. Right, let's very quickly go through the first chord with the pen. Right, this note down here, notice it's the treble clef, which is here. So these are the notes we are interested in. This one sits underneath the stave with a ledger line going through it. That is C. Then this one sits on the first line. Always ask yourself, is it in a space or is it sitting on a line? The first line here is E. And then this third one here, second line up is G. So the chord is C, E and G, which, as you know, actually means the chord of C major. Now notice here that 2 of the notes change, 1 of them doesn't. Use the system and work out what the notes are. I've made this one a little bit trickier for you. Right, part 2, work out the rhythm. When do these chords play? And how long do they last? What is their duration? Well, what do I need to know to do that? Easy. All you need to know is what these symbols mean on the score. This one and this one. Now, let me take you back to year 7. We studied in maybe our 3rd lesson together what notes look like and what they mean. We talked about things like a solid and hollow note head. We talked about stems. We talked about tails, or flags, as they're also known. The way that a note looks changes its duration. Now, if you don't remember this, that's fine. It was a long time ago, but if you don't get it now, ask me for some year 7 work so you can catch up and just remind yourself what all this means. Duration. So, you could say that both of these symbols has one tail and one or flag, if you prefer. I like the term tail. So that's a sort of round thing there, and that's this little tail coming down here. Now that means something. It means that they are both worth half a beat each. Now you could also call that an 8th note, which is the American system, because you could fit 8 of them into a bar of 4 beats, because each one's worth half a beat, you see. The difference here is that one of these is a rest, which means it's absolutely silent, and the other one is a chord. And because it's reggae, and you know reggae is syncopated, I think you know which one is which there. Right, once you know, 1, what the notes are, what letters, and 2, where they are and how long they last, it becomes really easy to put them into Logic. But you do need to know how the piano roll grid works to do this. Now I'm going to explain that to you now very, very quickly, and if you don't get it after that, ask me for some Year 7 work and it will help you catch up. Here we go. Very quickly, here is the piano roll. It lasts for 1 bar. In each bar you will find 16 little boxes. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's 4 in 1 beat and 16 in the whole bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16. That's why we say Coca-Cola, 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 Coca-Cola. Now you remember that our notes are not 16ths, they're 8ths. How do you make an 8th? An 8th is 2 16s. But remember, in our score, the first one was a rest, so we leave the first 2 blank. Remember the notes of the chord? C, E, and G. If you're not sure what the note is, put the mouse on there, hold it, click it, the little letter there, G2, shows you in the right place. Again, the second beat, we leave the first 2 blank because it's a rest, and we put the 8th note chord on the second half. Now let's have a look on the score. Yeah, okay. My problem is that I put them a bit too low there, so I'd have to actually grab them and take them up to C3. Now let's have a look at that. On the score, need to change the stave. Treble clef, bang. There we go. First 2 chords done perfectly. Now it's over to you. Use the system in this video to work out the rest of those notes. What are the letters and what is the rhythm? And the very best of luck to you on that.